Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TCR. This is the Platinum class, and I am JB. As always, I'm joined by my faithful feline companion, Kitten. Kitten, how are you doing?
I'm doing perfect here in my mom's basement, ready to get this race on the road. Suzuka, one of my favorites. No Super Typhoons this week, though, at least virtually.
Yes, if you don't know, the Japanese Grand Prix qualifying session on Saturday is under threat from the typhoon that's going to attack Japan I think it's in the next few hours, it's really going to hit. So we hope that the FIA is smart enough to say, don't race on this due to qualifying on Sunday. Don't want to have a repeat of 2014.
Yeah, absolutely not. Suzuka, thankfully, after the tragic events that happened there, didn't do any kind of knee-jerk reactions to the circuit, which is in reality one of the best in the world. And as a result, I think you can do some smarter things like not racing in monsoons.
Most definitely. One thing I do want to bring up though, not to hate on Spa, because Spa is only changing as Lopez has retired. Spa is only changing their layout for the gravel trap because they're hosting a 24-hour motorcycle race in a few years' time. So they're actually changing that layout because not because of Hubert, they're pushing it forwards because of Hubert. So completely unrelated to anything else. That's some
Sure.
news that everyone wanted to hear coming into this race. But that's the advantage is we can't actually hear anything right now, can we, Kitten?
Yeah, we have a lot of time to fill. I believe this happened a couple weeks ago in one of the classes, not ours, but uh, got the little the glitch, the qualifying glitch, where you
Yes.
cannot hear any audio whatsoever. So
This is
if you
absolutely
guys,
amazing with the Formula E mod. They're all running hybrid powers here at Honda's playground,
yeah,
and
that's
Honda's
true.
highest
I'd
placed
really
driver
stepped up. His talent.
is Talon, yeah, Mr. Bad Luck himself.
Oh, as you say that, he got a lot of that curb coming out of the S's and just about lost it around that left-hander
He's doing
coming
very
at
well
that.
as he heads into Degner and heading up towards the hairpin now, braking hard into the hairpin and wanting to get. You can come in multiple angles of that hairpin, can't you? And always hit the apex.
Yep. Yeah, it's probably the most diverse corner on the circuit when it comes to exiting
Oh, he did
entering
well
the
not
turn
to bin
lane.
it in spoon there. Do excuse me. As we run up now towards 130R, this legendary corner where many passes have been made in the time of Formula One, and through 130R comes Talon. Can he match Double A, who currently sits on top of the pole position charts here as the qualifying is now over? What do we predict happening? Double A goes even faster. Talon, can you go any faster? No, you can't.
He cannot. Here's Xander.
I yowled
He
there,
goes
didn't I?
slightly faster too. I believe Breezy's booked it. Freeze is coming through Spoon right now.
Yes.
Looks like he's the next highest placed to get a crack at this.
Mr. Freeze himself driving in his Alpha Turi, or is it Toro Rosso? I'm still confused. As he comes up towards
Looking at his sectors,
130R,
he's 3/10 up on Double A right
but
now.
he's derating. He's got no electrical energy left in that car for possibly the biggest point where you want the electrical energy boosting out of this corner. He's got to
Yeah.
chuck it in. It was hesitant on turning there, turned in too early, crossing the line. It's
Oof.
P4, out qualified by his teammate. Lion is down by 2 tenths. Professional is well, this could be interesting. He's on the medium compounder tyres, so I don't believe he's going for a pole position lap here in Suzuka, home of Honda,
Well, maybe
DRS
29.
opening, and P13. So pole sister tonight is Double A, who's just been smacked in the backside by
It looks like
Talon's AI.
Be Good had been on his hot lap, and it looks like he lost his front wheel. So should mention both Force India's Racing Points out of DNFing from qualifying. Iroll actually lost it on his out lap.
Foreshadowing. Double A is on pole position tonight, though, ahead of Talent in P2 and Zandamar in P3. Seafreeze is in P4, ahead of Lopez, who's in P5, and Joe Breezy is in P6. Lion is in P7. Be Good Fever is in P8, and Go To Guy is in P9. Secret rounding up the top 10. Outside the top 10, our free tire choice. Fatal is in P11. Jones is in P12. Professional is in P13. Jermaine is in P14. Hobred is in P15. Hyper Toaster is in P16. Be Smooth is in P17. And iRoll is in P18. We should probably mention about Smoothie, shouldn't we?
About who? Oh yeah, B Smooth.
Yeah, his
yeah,
smoothness.
He's Sir Smooth. He's
Captain Smooth.
He's returning after a few seasons of a hiatus. He's been racing ABS and medium traction. He's been dominating silver class. Stepped into golden last night. Came up from last place to third, I believe. And now he's got pace to keep up with some of these front runners. But who knows? Who knows what he's gonna do today? I mean, there's a big jump in pace between even the midfielders like me and the midfielders here in Platinum.
Most definitely, but as always, we're here waiting for the start, and we will have the formation up as we look at the marshals all sliding around slightly. If a pit,
like
look, I tell you that now,
robotic
right?
Japanese marshals.
Well, the thing is though,
synchronization.
marshals, if they're in pit lane, would not be just wearing t-shirts and high vis. They wouldn't. And that guy who's there, the third one in line, who's got jeans on, no, you wouldn't. Especially FIA events, they'd be wearing fireproof suits. I was down to do, as the engines all fire up here in Suzuka, I was down to do pit lane at the World Endurance Championship a few years ago, but I didn't have my suit, so I wasn't able to do that.
Huh. You learn something new every day. I guess it's not 1978 anymore.
No, because you're not picking up body parts anymore, hopefully. Though I do want to mention something. There was a club historic event in England a few weeks ago, and the driver unfortunately had a heart attack at the wheel, and the man died as a result of that heart attack a few days later. Can't remember his name, but yeah.
That's tragic. Now, here's a fun fact for all the kids out there.
After we went straight from that to fun fact. Okay.
And now we're going back down. Same thing happened to three-time Formula One world champion Denny Hulme in the Australian V8 Supercar Series.
Denny died, didn't he?
Yeah, he died. Yeah. He had a massive heart attack at the wheel and crashed.
You never want to... Yeah. The thing is, though, the guy veered off track, but I think that the car stopped. I don't know if he didn't bin the car, he just the car ground to a halt. So, off the subject of death and destruction at this particular circuit, we've got two circuits now we have to avoid. Well, I don't know. We've got about 50 circuits then in Formula One if we've got to ignore that sort of thing. Zandvoort for one's coming on, and I can just mention Gio Villeneuve for days. But mostly on this, you raced here last night, Kitten. What's the strategy here at Suzuka?
Soft, medium, soft. It is kind of interesting because the past few races we have seen a big differential in strategy. In the top 10 especially, but tonight, my friend, we are top 10 are all starting on softs. So it's like everybody was trying to do their best to get as high up as possible. Obviously, after that, everyone except for Hyper Toasters is on mediums because the mediums to softs is a relatively huge pace advantage towards the end of the race.
So I'd ask you who you're going to be watching, but I wonder if you're going to be watching the start with me today here in the Platinum class. Shall we see what these drivers can do as we sit on board with Double A, waiting for the lights to come on, then we will switch camera angles. So, as the lights clip
I'll give some predictions after the. I'll give some predictions after the first corner.
Yeah, ask me in 5 laps.
Yeah.
The lights are on now here in the Platinum class. That's a quick start there, and they're all caught out. Oh, the Williams though, very far back has been caught out. Secret being caught out by everyone.
So we got an in plate on Hot Bread.
Double A leads into turn one. Seafreeze muscling Zandamar towards the grass, but it's okay through sector one. Seems that we have a spinning Red Bull or a Red Bull losing positions, hand over fist here in the S's, as Hyper Toaster gets a little bit shoved out wide as we look back at the midpoint of the pack. Drivers all filtering up, all of them surviving lap one so far as they come through into sector two.
Double A
Hyper
smashes
Toaster's off.
The 200. What?
Hyper Toaster off, he's back on the track though, still rolling. In the Mercedes, a choke.
I was gonna say Double A did just take out I think the 200 meter board going into Degna. That might not ingratiate himself with.
Oh, big accident! Big accident! Go-to guy into the barrier after being ploughed in the rear end. And then shoved in the rear end to even before the run to Spoon. So the man in the Alfa Sauber has got some serious front end damage. I cannot say who hit him, so I don't know. Oh no, gentlemen, don't do this now. They're going side by side into 130R on lap one. B Smooth decides to think better of that as they pull towards the Casino chicane now. And Double A leads in lap one. Oh, there's contact between the Ferrari and the Renault. Oh god, more contact as Hyper Toaster gets shoved off track again. It's only his second round.
Bullied all over the place. You know, at the very start, I almost mentioned, Go-To guy had one of the best starts in the field. I feel bad for him because he was up to P6. Not sure who got into him.
You almost mentioned it. If you had mentioned it, he probably would have been off at turn one.
That's true, but maybe he would have survived having to pit on lap one.
Well, he can go to the end of these tyres now, can't he?
He can, yeah. Coleman did the same last night, and he finished. I think he finished P6. So,
Excuse me.
It is doable.
So, looking forward now, Joe Breezy currently in P5. Championship leader of Seafreeze is in P3. What can we do as they all run up into Spoon for the second time this day? This day? What do I say?
Well, it's not yesterday.
It is for me. It's Friday for me. I don't know what you guys are on about.
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. We got Freeze up a spot into P3. Zandy's he dropped a spot. Breezy's up a spot. Lopez lost a spot. So it looks like those.
Lopez is about to get that spot back to the inside line on Joe Breezy. Both locking up into the Casino chicane, and Lopez having to concede the position from the 45 car. I believe it's the 45 car. Sorry, the 24 car. Do apologise.
I can't do. I gotta say, the Casio chicane's one of my least favorite corners in all F1. Just driving, I can never get that right for some reason.
I think it's on my. This entire track's on my list of not brilliant at because on controller.
Yeah, it's quite difficult on a controller. But alas, I think I mean Double A is on a controller and he's out to a 2-second lead to the first 2.5 laps here. So is it possible that he's proven us wrong?
The Toro Rosso cars are running second and third. Will they swap positions is the question. Talon in qualifying seemed to definitely have the edge over his teammate. Now be that Talon's overall pace or be that Seafreeze's just lack thereof is the question.
It could be a qualifying setup versus a race setup. This it's not the easiest circuit on tires, but it did get repaved a few years ago, and it's been a little bit better ever since. But it does look like Freeze is gaining hand and fist over Talon. Really makes you wonder.
Hyper Toaster running up on the curb in Spoon, having to flick the steering wheel left, right to keep the car from spinning out. Well done to him. Hotbread passed by Beast Move, who comes into 130R with some pace there.
Yeah, it looks like Beast Move is just going to take his time. He's not trying to encroach on anybody here. He's just trying to figure out the whole ABS thing he told us last night. As we were sitting down in the Renault hospitality suite. Great grapes, by the way.
Was that when you were able to take your team shirt off from the car you're driving in Golden and had to put the media shirt on?
Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't wear a shirt.
Oh,
It's less of a Swede,
full, full
more of a
commando.
gamer. No, I was wearing underwear.
Uh, See, I was off getting my LMP gear off from racing over in Fuji, so I had to take a trip from Fuji over here to Suzuka
Oh,
to
it's hot
come up
bread.
and.
Ooh, hot bread.
Well, tell you what else is hot. Jermaine has gone straight through on his teammate and hot bread with damage on the end plate of the Ferrari. Ferrari having an absolute torrid time this time out in well, actually, when haven't they had a torrid time recently in TCR?
Yeah, interesting. Hot bread lost that end plate right off the start. You don't really see that happen too often on the straightaway. I'm
Swapping,
not sure
the Toro
who he
Rossos
got.
are swapping positions. Talent is dropped behind his teammate. Francis has made the call and said Seafreeze is to lead any chance of winning this race, and Talent is to sit
Yeah,
behind his teammate. And well, I'm going to
I
disagree with that.
don't.
I say they should have fought, but you know, I like
I don't
racing.
think. I mean, I saw that coming from a mile away. Seafreeze had the pace, but the main thing is Xanamar with that swapping position. He now has DRS on Talon. So how might that affect the rest of Talon's first stint?
Talon will have to use his robust defense moves in the Italian machine as we look at Bismuth. Bismuth is looking to besmother Professional in front.
Yeah,
Isn't
I
happening
mean,
so far.
I'm pretty confident in Beast Move's ability as a driver. He's not gonna force anything.
Fanboy, fanboy.
Yeah, I mean, I am. I mean, he gave me a free trading card last night, and really, that's what I'm in. That's what I'm in the commentary game for.
I'm in the commentary game for hopefully getting a sweet TCR merch free of charge. Never gonna happen. We know
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
fact that
probably.
Freeze is gonna actually murder me with the cost because I'm living in England.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's that? $500 worth of shipping.
Ah, he'll do that. Yes, you can buy the entirety of TCR. You just have to transfer headquarters to London.
Yeah, exactly. You can put it in the same strip mall as Haas.
Put it in the Formula E headquarters. They're actually based in London.
Oh, really?
So looking at Xander, who's got the run on Talon, DRS is going to open on the back of the Alpha Romeo. Sorry. Joe is saying this move has been everywhere this week. Yes, he has. He's been making the league even smoother than it already was. But the issue now that we saw with the swap, and we thought this would be just with Zandamar, but Joe Breezy's now in the battle as well, Kitten. So what will happen in this?
Precisely. I don't know. I know that Breezy is really looking for a good result here. Qualifying, I think he probably thought he would do better, but now he's here with a golden chance to get up into the top three before the end of this first stint.
The golden chance for me is sat right next to me in the commentary booth.
Oh, we got Lopez and Secret are also still inside of DRS zone too. So I mean, really, we're gearing towards a log jam from
Truly
P3
train.
back to P7. Yeah, we've had our fair share of truly trains this year.
Talon trains now. I do often wonder if C3 just has too much of a controlling control in the Toro Rosso team. If he isn't just told to sit behind his teammate, be a good boy and stay
Hey,
behind him for a bit.
it wouldn't be the first time an Italian team failed to become a democracy. It usually doesn't end well.
Yes. Speaking of teams from odd countries, here's the Canadian team with the Canadian driver. The Quebecian is looking to pass Fatal, and what can Iro get up to? He said, "Watch him in qualifying." We didn't because he was too busy getting his car repaired. He is past
No, he
Fatal
said,
though.
yeah, nice move. A la, was that Raikkonen on Fisichella back in the day? And he said that after he crashed because he knew he was going to start at the back, and he said he's going to put on a show. Quite honestly, I mean he's moved up, so I'll give him that. But
I think that's the
we're also
nature
having
of this
great
circuit.
incidents.
Unless you're getting towed along, you're going to be a little bit dragged out because this circuit is naturally quite towy, you know?
Yeah, and it's difficult. I mean, there are. I mean, really, the only clear-cut overtaking spot is. I mean, there really isn't even one. I mean, it's a half
Hairpin.
overtaking into turn one, half
Unless
into
you're
the
Kevin
hairpin.
Magnussen. Unless you're Kevin Magnussen. Then he spends most of his time crashing into salvos.
Oh yeah, and then I would probably say half into Casio is probably also
Yeah,
somewhat.
the Casio
Unless you're
pinches
me,
so much though, doesn't it?
it does. Yeah, I mean,
And I went off
McLaren has
here
a
in my
history of that.
LMP1 car, and that didn't go well when I had my big accident here a few seasons ago in Le Mans. But looking now at Lopez under pressure, Joe Breezy pits, and there's that, an early stop. Mr.
Yeah, he is looking for the undercut right now. Yes, he is. And I think he's going to have enough of a gap that he's going to have some clear
Lo
space at the end.
Lopez went wide at the exit of turn one, and he's still in front though of Secret, who the dirty little Secret in the Williams is going to have to stay behind the daring Dominican for a little bit longer.
The dirty little secret. I
I
like
said that on comms. I introduced him once to say, I've got a Secret, and he sat right next to me in the commentary
that. uh, we've got. I was going to say the the breezy pitting. That is the point where you're going to undercut is lap 8. Typically, guys are going to be pitting around lap 10, lap 11. But Breezy with quite possibly a pretty smart move. He's got a little bit of clean space, and he should be able to dispose of Jeremiah quickly. So we'll see how that works out in the next couple laps. Wonder if someone like Lopez would want to try the same thing.
Well, remember we just talked about having a dirty little Secret in the car?
That's true.
Well, do you know what? Most of these drivers do have a dirty little secret, and that's the Fanatec steering wheel. The Fanatec steering wheel is actually part of TCR's little friend project we have with Fanatec. If you use the link that's in our description as we look at B-Smooth, he's going to try and make a move in 130R. What a move there. Red Bull going wide though, and whoa, they touch on exit. They're trying to get my plug in, and I think B-Smooth will be a little bit like, I think I don't know what I'll say about that. He could probably complain.
You should try to get your plug in more often because every time you try to get the plug in, that's when everything kind of heats up.
I was getting it right there as well. I wasn't stumbling over my words. I was actually doing it correctly. Oh!
Freeze.
No, because Professional has just been slapped absolutely round by B-Smooth there. And for a while...
That's a curse of the commentator.
Yeah. Right, quickly. Anyway,
that was right in front of Freeze, too.
Use the link in the description after the race has been processed and all the YouTube stuff has happened, and you can get a discount on the Fanatec steering wheel. Brilliant technology. All of our drivers are encouraged to use it. If you're not using it, then you're not a TCR driver, unless you're in a Williams, because then you're late.
Picking up picking up where we left off with the pit stops. Freeze and Xanamar did it. Freeze and Xanamar did it.
Joe Breezy,
he
hasn't had the pace this time, has he?
That is, yeah, I think he's got him. Yeah, he's got him.
It wouldn't be the first time a Ferrari's gone round the spoon though. Ooh! Rear, you see the front end grip just disappear from the McLaren there. That was odd.
Oh boy, and this is getting. Are we gonna go?
Xander, be smart.
Yeah, I don't.
You can't fit two cars through there. That's alone 3.
Dude, I saw him shading to the left right there, and I was, oh boy.
Your life flashed before your eyes, isn't it?
Yeah. Looks like everybody on those softs is now getting off of them.
Are in the Williams because they're late to change their tires again.
You know they are, but I mean, I guess if you're at the point they were at, you might as well try the overcut. I roll up to P3. He's gonna inherit the lead. Yeah.
Lopez though, he chose to come in after Breezy, and look at that, he has the gap on, so maybe the overcut is the far superior strategy.
Well, Freeze got him too, but Breezy did beat Xandermar, who was directly in front of him when he pit. I think that move, he just got held up a little bit by Jeremiah at the wrong time.
Looking now towards Fatal. His only flaw in life is that he's not got past Jones this lap. So hopefully the fatal flaw doesn't recur for the next lap, the 11th lap out of 27. Relatively short race here in Japan though, isn't it?
It does go by pretty quick. It's about an hour. I mean, about half an hour on in game, as long as it's not a typhoon.
This is the only figure of 8 track here in Formula 1, or at least the only one left actively in Formula 1. But that's contact between Fatal and Double A, as Double A had to just get underneath it. They're very bumpy this week, haven't they? It's almost like they haven't raced before.
I mean, it's one of those circuits, like we were saying, it's difficult to overtake here. So, you know, for someone like Double A who is trying to get away from Seafreeze right now, trying to get a gap, trying to put cars on the alternate strategy in between Freeze and himself, he kind of has to get those elbows out with the lack of overtaking zone.
My best friend Bees is coming to the chat. Hello B, how are you doing? We're always glad to see you. Also, B says hi, kitten.
Oh, hey B, what's going on? So,
Go-to guy out of the race in Sector 3. Is that enough to bring out a safety car here? And that would really help out Hyper Toast.
We did get...
No, not enough.
I'm not even sure where Go-to is at after that start.
I think it's 130. I think it's 130R. I'm trying to see, as we're on board with GTR, to see is there any yellow flags in the distance. Doesn't look upon any. I think we might have missed it. Might be down at Spoon.
Well, I
Sector
think
1. It's transferred to Sector 1, so it was in pit lane.
What? Is it possible?
In pit lane. Challenge to make you move into 130R. Hyperso's having to take to the grass. Oh, B's finished playing hockey and is now in an Uber. So update on B. That everyone wants to know. Seafreeze the fastest man on track. How am I? I am tired. It's Friday for me, and I've had a long week. How are you, Kitten?
I really can't complain at all. You know, it's almost Friday
basement.
here.
I got checked out.
I'm in my mom's basement. I'm not. Yeah, I'm living rent free down here. Just saving dollars so I can donate to TCR.
Ooh, the political move.
Absolutely.
Speaking of political moves, let's look at P1 and P2. Mr. Iroll saying he put on a show for tonight. Well, we'll see what he can do now where Ricky's closed.
Now, Iroll can certainly build a truly train around here.
Yeah, but Double A gets impatient, as we saw at Monaco. He does get very impatient in
he does. He's not gonna sit back and let that happen. Double A. I mean, it did work for Double A though. He's put
in
Jones,
Monaco or
here.
here?
Here. He's put 3 cars between himself and Freeze. So if we're looking long term, and he might do it in the chicane.
He's close to the back at the racing point. The BWT sponsored car is looking.
He's looking.
You can't do it.
He's
way too far back.
Yeah. And let's see how he does with DRS here.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving on Monday. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans and to the Canadians. Commiserations for Happy Thanksgiving.
It's Canadian Thanksgiving. Ours is a little bit further in that.
I don't know. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't eat turkey, so.
No, that's true.
Not because I'm vegan or anything, it just makes me ill.
Oh, really? Well, I'm more of a ham guy, personally.
I like chicken.
You guys can weigh in the chat if you're more of a ham guy or a turkey guy, but I'm Team Ham. As Double A still looking to get around IRL here. He's getting held up massively.
He's going to get. Are we going to see that Hungarian flair come out of the Canadian helmet? Because he's going to get very annoyed in a minute. Looking to the outside line, Iroll is a brilliant defender here.
Let's see.
Connor says Lamb. Connor says he goes straight for Lamb instead.
I've never had lamb in my life.
I like lamb. Lamb burgers are nice. There's a nice minty taste to it as well, so you don't need mint sauce half the time. Pushing harder now, Be Smooth has been besmuddled by Mr. Freeze.
And, I mean, Freeze is going to see what's going on ahead. He can just catch a glimpse of the action
Oh,
ahead.
hold on.
Is he gonna
That's
do it?
not a move you want to do. Oh.
Oh, and I roll should just give it up.
He should, but he's going to give us a show. If he slows him down and there, you see, he's getting
A little
impatient with the
bit
throttle
intense.
inputs.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm putting this on. I'm putting telemetry on now on AA, and I want to see what he's doing. He's drained his ERS to 5%, trying to get
Just trying to
past
get.
him. And he is finally
And
through
Iroh's
for
still
the
gonna
rest of
try
the
to come
league.
back.
Iroh's not going to give this up. No way, no foul.
Oh my god.
You saw AA getting annoyed there, didn't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, whenever you try on the outside of 130R, that's not your first choice.
He sat there looking at the car thinking, that sponsors Nico Muller. I like him. Actually, do any of you know who Nico Muller is?
No.
Nico Muller is a DTM driver.
Hmm.
He's going into Formula E next year, and his main title sponsor, oh, Sector 1, it's Jermaine. No, it's not. Is it Jermaine? What? It might have been Jermaine. Who's triggered my Sector 1 flag? Get out of my Sector 2 flag.
It's Sector 2 now.
Go to guys left for session. That weren't to do with him. Yellow flag's back there.
Oh, and that just was...
Whoa, hold on. Why is Xander on softs? That's not the strategy that we want. Why are you on these?
He might have... Okay, so it's his second stop. He might have picked up damage in that first corner incident whenever he and Freeze came out of the pits. It's possible that he went in to change his wing, and now he's just going to try to make these softs last the entire distance.
Which is possible? It is?
Yes, you can take softs.
You don't sound so sure.
on it. Well, I've seen it done with traction control.
Where's my phone? When did you call it Pirelli? You
can take. I've seen it 15 laps on traction control, and you can probably take them closer to 17, 18 on an empty tank of fuel, of course, and with extreme management.
Chat, do you want to weigh in and have a chat here? Will Xander Mar make it to the end of the race? Type yes for yes, type no for no. Working out will be much appreciated because I will be grading on scores of A through to B to C to if you're a Williams and you're incredibly fast. Hashtag secret. Why am I hashtagging? I'm 20 years old, for God's sake.
I think it's a bit like it's like the X Factor. As if you want to go ahead and click it, if you want to click it on iRoll right now,
I will.
We
have
do
a look.
in fact.
Ooh,
we do in fact
curve.
have quite the snake forming, quite the train.
Is iRoll? Safety car has been deployed in the form of iRoll. Oh no!
Freeze is gonna do it.
Oh, and then
this is gonna give.
I think C Freeze has just gone. Look, I think to be honest, I feel that was a little bit more respectful from iRoll than it was for what he did to AA in that corner.
That is true. Is B Smooth and Jones actually make a little bit of contact there?
I am, yes, in fact, 20 years old. Everyone bow down. The beard is actually still quite thick. Everyone forgets.
I am. Everyone thinks I'm a lot older than I am, but
you're only a few years older than me, aren't you?
I'm 25. Yeah. It's just because I have an advanced vocabulary. I've been studying the Queen's English for so long.
Yeah, you sit next to me too long.
That's true. About 4 races. Fatal, unfortunately, he's dropped back. Whenever I was cycling through trying to catch what happened with that last caution, Fatal looked like his tires went off. Like he might have had a spin, but he was really struggling. Ooh, was that Talon?
Talent passing B-Smooth there into the hairpin, so B-Smooth getting out the way. Very
the old Verstappen.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, I have a beard at 20 years old. B, honestly, I have a very thick beard. My beard is longer than my hair. Jermaine A is in trouble. Something went wrong for the Ferrari. He's in major damage on that car.
Yeah, right. Right side of that wing is down to its bare bones.
Oh, he's gone off again.
You're not going to be able to make that corner with the wing looking like that.
Not the speed he's going. He needs to lift off.
And now you're going to have Zandermark coming up on him.
Jones to pit lane.
Looks like he's going to pull off. All right, he's going to be looking for the undercut on the on I-roll.
Oh, there's always supplements. The whole conversation of I should just mention the fact that I have 8 tattoos as well. But yes, how far can what go? How far can those softs go?
10 laps easy. They'll easily be able to take him home from here. And it looks like Jones might actually get the jump on I-roll, to be honest with you. And would you look at Talon Guy for, it seems like the 15th consecutive week. He is just
Jermaine.
parked.
Jermaine is out.
Yeah, it looks like he just retired in the pits.
I think the car got better than today. Ferrari is really not good.
Yeah, and unfortunately Hotbread was coming into the pits right behind him.
Oh no.
And he got stuck. He got stuck waiting. Yeah. Crazy strategy going on down in Ferrari. I've seen that story a few times.
We're going to retire the car, but we want to pit him at the same time.
Yeah, send him out on. That's going to send him back out on track, which is something that's a new feature. Shout out to Codemasters, a new feature in this year's game. If you DNF in pit lane, it actually sends you back out on the track, and then you DNF in Sector 1. So
yeah, they find the Marshall point in Sector 1. They just plant them there for a minute. Thanks, Codemasters. Here's Lion on board with GTR. He's on the back of Be Good. He's about to have a very good feeling, and he's about to go down the inside of the Fever car.
Love that shot.
I think I love that. I love Be Good's helmet too much.
Well, I'm just a big fan of Quebecois independence. So, yeah, I'm just a big fan of anyone from Quebec.
Speaking of Quebecians, here's I-roll, and he has been jumped by Jones, as the kitten did protect.
Oh! Would you look at that? B-Smooth couldn't quite get by him, though, but I think B-Smooth, wait. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Big lockup from the Renault. That's the wrong way.
Yeah, he just lost a lot of wing. Looks like I-roll broke a little early on those fresh softs, and B-Smooth might have just lost it into him. That's going to be tough for B-Smooth to handle for the rest of the race.
Oh yeah,
gotta say, so that's a lot of damage to hold on to for the next 10 laps.
What are you talking about, B? Everyone knows that safety cars are just a myth.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it comes up every week. And Secret gets 3 seconds worth of penalties, although he does have 8.5 seconds on his teammate GT.
How awful must GT feel? Not to pick on GT, but he's been in Platinum longer, and Secret's got 8 seconds on him.
GT's a really cerebral guy. He's thoughtful. I think he picked Secret to be his teammate, and he likes him.
Out in the pit lane. He pitted, and he decided that he's had enough. So B-Smooth will not be finishing here in the Platinum class.
I think that was. I believe that was, discretion the better part of valor by B-Smooth right there. He had wing damage that would set him back quite a bit. He didn't want to, get in anyone's way or anything like that. So he just took the earliest opportunity to DNF. He did show that he had pretty good pace compared to these Platinum guys, though. He's pretty quick.
B-Smooth, he's just coming in. Makes no sense to continue with a broken wing. I'd argue you could change the wing and just go around and get track time with and just learn more about the ABS on the car, but nonetheless, you made your choice, that's fine. And that's all she wrote. So,
I believe the word in Japanese is seppuku.
What, seppuku?
Seppuku?
I said seppuku. What's that? Snakes and ladders plus Sudoku. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm Midwestern. I'm a simple guy. I'm a simple guy.
I'm British. I don't know what's left to right. Speaking of left to right, we have got 8 laps remaining of this race, and right now, Seafreeze is not looking like he's going to be taking the win.
Yeah, I think that eye roll train really got him, Double A. Gotta say he forced the issue a little bit more than Freeze. By the time Freeze got around, Double A had about 3 seconds on him, and he's dropping back. Double A's restored his ERS. I think the main hope for Freeze was that Freeze would have the ERS advantage, but he actually had to waste his trying to get around iRoll as well. So it kind of canceled each other out.
The question will be on everyone's mind: is iRoll secretly the safety car driver that we hired to just go off and cause trouble after DNFing qualifying? And the answer is probably always yes.
I mean, he's second in the championship, so you can't fault him too much. He's driving the way that he drives.
Wait, there's a championship? When did we get through this? I thought Steve Freeze had already won it.
I think we're about a race away on that.
When are we at next week?
We're off next week, and then Baku
is relaxing week.
Yeah, simple. Yeah, no problem. Just Baku. What's the worst that can happen? But iRoll is in P2 in the championship. He's a cool 73 points behind.
Professional's the inside line on Hypertoaster, and Hypertoaster is actually going to try and get back past Professional, because Professional went deep into the corner, and it's not going to happen, no. Maybe with DRS, very possible, no, because Professional got a DRS and stuff. Well, Hypertoaster's not being left behind. Holy moly, Hypertoaster really isn't being left behind on this set of tyres, is he?
Not really. It's possible that he's gained speed on these mediums.
My argument there, if I was Hypertoaster, was saying that he was weaving because his rear end was moving so much. But that is between Hypertoaster and the stewards. Have you noticed we have 2 number 21s in this race?
Who's that? Because we should report that to the number guru, which is Andermar.
No, number 21 is traditionally Lopez, and I've just seen that we've got Hypertoaster, who is also running the number 21 on his car.
I think since Hypertoaster came in mid-season, no one told him of the numbers available and unavailable. So someone, Xandermar, might want to.
Someone's getting fired.
Hypertoaster's is. I mean, I think. He has a big wiggle, and he's gonna try to hold it, but that's gonna be a sight for sore eyes for Fatal, because he was getting stuck behind him on those softs.
Well, Fatal will get confused with number 21. He'll think it's his teammate, so he won't battle as hard.
Yeah, that's possible. Hypertoaster still hangs on.
Yeah, Hypertoaster's got some great speed in that Mercedes tonight here in TCR, the Platinum Division, as we're heading towards the 22nd lap for these drivers. DRS Open. Look at how much quicker he is on the straight.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like it's honestly, I don't understand how he can hold it together through the S's. When people run that low a downforce, typically they'll mess up a few times over the course of a race, and that kind of equals itself out. But
perhaps,
perhaps
Hypertoaster is using advanced Fanatec technology available with the TCR link in the description.
Oh, that's extremely possible.
Yes,
Advanced.
And you know what? I just said that, and I think I just saw Professional making a mistake there, so I've got to stop doing that plug.
Maybe I'll try it next week.
We're off next week, so yeah, you can try to ask consent.
I'm gonna try it in my mirror.
That's what I did this morning, try and make sure I didn't mess it up. Because the last few weeks I've been dodgy, haven't I?
It's not necessarily dodgy as much as it's just terrible timing every time. You think it's gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a dull moment. Oh, and Hyper just lagged out for a second. Fatal
very helpful.
might need an EKG after that.
The colour of the number on the halo is the colour of his trousers now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, depending on what he ate. Um, I've never had Dominican food personally, but I would imagine probably something like that would come out.
I'm still so annoyed that the Haas didn't ultimately change their livery because I don't like the black and gold.
Oh, they don't
Feels
have
too much
money.
like Lotus.
They don't have money anymore.
They should have just stripped off all of the colour then.
Mm, just run a blank tub.
It's alright, to be
With
honest, that's how Mercedes became the
PKNF.
Silver Arrow, so.
Well, yeah, but that was also in like the 30s.
No, it wasn't in the 30s, it was in the 50s.
Oh,
Get it right,
pardon
son.
me.
Nah. Hang on, it might have been, we might both be wrong. Because I think it might be a little bit, I don't think it was the 30s, I thought it was a little bit earlier, later than that. Here we
Well,
go.
I don't think they were racing much in the 40s.
Yeah. Many reasons, definitely not something to do with training camps. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. No, I'm gonna shut up now. Fingers on lips.
Interesting. Interesting term.
Speaking of
Uh,
interesting, 5 seconds is not fair for Jones to get a penalty for.
um,
He just got
where
a
did you
five
get
second.
that?
He got a
Is
five
that
second
the
penalty for
chicane?
cutting a corner apparently.
Well, I mean,
Sector one's yellow flags. It's Hyper Toaster.
yeah.
Well, no, it's
Oh
not.
no, it's not. No, it's not. They're going.
They're going hammer and tong with Pete Tong.
Oh
Who
God!
was their
Now
yellow
Xander
flag?
Mars catching up to this.
Yeah,
I'm
then.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then.
Oh, I think it's Hot Bread. I think he's just trying to find a place to retire right now. He's letting everybody by. I'm not sure if he's actually driving.
Nah, he is. Unless the AI is set low. I think we might have a few lag issues with Hyper Toaster right now. No, that was real. Oh, it's Jones. Jones his span at the hairpin. Oh, God, he gets...
Oh.
Oh! What? Hold on, I'm going to look at my
Did
replay camera
someone
for
hit him?
that. What happened there? Oh, he just started rolling back on track, and he misjudged the speed from Xander, and Xander caught him. That pretty much describes Jones's season in his first season in Platinum.
Yeah, running pretty good. I don't see any damage on Xander.
Xander's going to
But
be thinking, well, he's going to be shouting something, but he's going to think, what on earth was he doing?
It's just a blind corner. You don't really see anybody coming. He saw like everybody else go through, and that's when he finally went. And then it turns out Xander's just.
And that's why I always say to league racers, old and new, have your maps set on full. You can see the drivers easier.
You can, but I get confused on full because like I have to adjust my eyes like really quick, and that's like kind of. I don't know. Like I said, I'm Midwestern. I'm a simple man.
I can only focus on one thing at a time.
Exactly. I don't do the whole multitasking stuff. I can't even talk on my phone, and I don't even. Well, never mind. I guess I can't multitask.
You can't talk on your phone and definitely not drive. Don't drive in on your phone, kids.
And walk.
Oh yeah. Drinking and walking takes a minute for me to get working. But
that's how I get most of my cardio.
normally it's you running and walking, running and drinking. But no, I can sit here, look at the timings, talk to you, and then focus on a helmet at the same time, and think about what I want for tea tomorrow night, and still somehow not mess up what I'm saying. GTR catching a big lock up there into the chicane as they catch up to Hot Bread, and Hot Bread's still continuing on. So I wonder, I don't know. I wonder if Hot Bread's just trying to. He oohed? What did he ooh at?
Oh, I was just looking at Hot Bread. I saw somebody follow him down the inside. I should have realized.
Sector 3, Hyper Toaster's
out.
out.
A Hyper Toaster.
Well, we can't look at who it is. It's in pit lane. I didn't think it was in pit lane.
I don't think he would have pit. You can see where Xander and Fatal are on track. It looks like it was coming out of the chicane, or unless he hit the pit entry, which is a possibility with that bump.
Yeah, that bump's nasty. Blue flags are waving for Heartbread as we now look at Lion once more. The gap at the top's come down dramatically. Holy moly, we're on the penultimate lap.
Yeah, Freeze has been going all out, but I think Double A's really controlling the pace. Without a mistake, I think that he's home free here. Freeze has pretty much burned off all excess ERS, whereas Double A's been saving.
So,
although, I mean, hey, if Freeze can make it a race, I'm not going to be mad about it.
Onboard display says that Freeze is running out of petrol in his car. So the car fuel is starting to get lower. Shall we use our onboard display to look at magical powers from the Renault car? Yeah, also suffering on fuel deployment. So here on the final lap of the race, we will see what happens between these two drivers. Potentially, it could mean that C3 is taking a last lap dive into 130R of the chicane, or will he take second place? Is Lion battling with Vegas?
It is. People forget. 130R is the place where Fernando Alonso became a man. And
I don't know.
You could see the same thing
talk
for
of a Toyota Corolla may have been exaggerated, but I think that might have been where he became a man first.
That's probably true.
Multiple.
We were saying on a track.
We're the worst people to do commentary on planet Earth, aren't we?
Sometimes it's good. Sometimes that happens.
Most definitely.
Vega's getting close to GT, and must be said, GT having a pretty solid performance right now in P7.
He is. Keep hold of it though, because we're going to have to look at the leaders. Double A now negotiating a couple more corners. Excuse me, sorry, yawning at the absolute worst time, bumping over the line, and he's going to cross the line and win the race. Well done to Double A, pole and the win. Fastest lap though goes to Talon's going to get on the podium. Finally, some luck for Talon. Fastest lap goes to Zandamar right now, so the point will not be given to him.
It's like a lot of 5-second penalties for speeding the pit lane, which honestly isn't a surprise at all. This is one of the trickier pit lanes.
Oh, Lion's in some serious trouble right now. The Racing Points are crossing the line. Look how close that is. They get him on penalties.
Oh, GT, that sucks. Oh, I can't even. That sucks. That's a bummer for GT.
It does, but Sanders retired for the session, so he'll probably still be classified as P11. But Double A wins the race from C3's in P2 and Talon in P3. Finally, Talon's luck has turned, and he's on the podium. Yeah,
Talon, good stuff from him again. 2 straight podiums after just a hellacious start to the season. By his standards. And Double A, second career TCR win. First since round 4 in Singapore, though. So, well done. Really in control the entire race, gotta be said. From lap 1 to lap 27. Great stuff.
Honda have been denied their home race here in TCR. Renault, the Anglo-French team, have taken victory from the Italian-Japanese team. Here are your results, barring any stewards' investigations, and there may be some. Double A wins the race from C3's in P2 by under a second. Talon in P3 ahead of Joe Breezy in P4, Lopez in P5, and Secret is in P6. Vegan Fever is in P7, and iRoll is in P8. Lion in P9 on penalties, and Fatal finishing in the top 10. Outside the top 10 was the Professional in P11, Zandamar in P12, Hot Red in P13. Hypertoaster did not finish. Neither did Jones. Be Smooth, who decided to retire himself. That's a respectable decision. As Jermaine also retired, and Go-To Guy was unceremoniously destroyed on, I believe, like midway through the race.
Yeah, it's sad for Go-To Guy. I
think more sad for Jones, to be honest.
Yeah, because he had P9 pretty much locked up. Yeah,
Jones got suplexed.
I can't. It's just difficult. I didn't see exactly what happened. I was trying to find it, but
breaking news.
Jones just can't get a break. What?
I think they just cancelled qualifying.
Yeah, I figured that was going to happen. I do want to bring up another talking point. I've been thinking about this all race with Double A out in front from the get.
Yep. As of
Is
34
is
minutes ago, they have postponed qualifying to Sunday morning for Japanese Grand Prix. That is the right decision. For once,
Absolutely.
they actually
Ooh,
made the
last
right
time they
decision.
did that, here's another fun fact: 2015 USGP in Austin.
Well, I think that's
Um,
the best decision because you saw how the drivers were just mucking about in that pit lane. Like, you don't want
right.
drivers just like mucking about with that. If you want to do that, just send them to the hotel. Just don't
Yeah.
leave them leave them on the squad. That rain 15 wasn't stopping. That's the thing.
Hmm.
And I think it's too risky to send out. I mean, the picture they put up, there's nothing other than clouds. So, yeah.
Absolutely. I do think in celebration of Double A's win, I've been holding off on it for a few weeks, but I think it's safe to say that he's the best Hungarian Formula One driver since Zoltan Baumgartner back in back back in the day.
Back in
So
trying to work out year.
I'm trying to think Jaguar early 2000s.
Right, you mean from, what was it, 2000 and what? No, 2000 to 2004? 5? 4? No, 5.
Oh,
2005.
actually, it was just Minardi. Excuse me.
Oh, Minardi, yeah. So that was, which Minardi team? Because there was about 7.
Okay, yeah, oof. Active years 2003, 2004.
Okie
One
dokie,
clear point.
guys. So next week we are off. Well, yeah, next week we are not around. So we take a nice break where Kitten can go and meow to his heart's content, and I can go and smash up more LMP1 cars. Join us in 2 weeks' time, though, for our return to Baku, to Europe. Are you looking forward for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix?
I don't know if I'm necessarily looking forward, but I'm hopefully not going to be looking backward at the end of the race.
I mean, that professional was at Turn 1 here.
And that's true.
I'm always looking forward to a Grand Prix here at TCR. So that's all we got time for tonight. Thank you, as always, Kitten, for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. My passion.
Thank you to all of the viewers and the admins of TCR that gave us such a brilliant race here. As always, make sure you check out the Fanatec link in the description after the YouTube stuff has all happened and been processed and stoof. My name is JB. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time in a few weeks' time for the 11th round of the championship here in TCR. Have a very good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the Grand Prix of qualifying and the race on Sunday. And I will see you next time. Ta-ra, guys.